All right. Iyah May, The Sinners. I see it's real short, so I'm just going to check it out. Rarely does this happen, but I'm going to try to just listen to it to start and go from there instead of talk all over it. Just first listen. So uh, I, I've enjoyed and was uh, had thought created by her lyrical content in the past. So I'm kind of hoping for the same thing, and it's short enough. I can wait to rant it till the end.
Hate the sin, but love the sinner. Even though they're eating kids for dinner.
Oh.
Shut your mouth and don't ask why. 'Cause if you do, you'll die by suicide.
I gotta get a smoke.
Boy, 'cause if you do, you'll die by suicide. Island boys, those dirty island boys, still not one single arrest. Island boys, billionaires playing with goys. Do they think we'll just forget?
I think it's really time for the country to get into something else. Now that nothing came out about me, you mentioned two names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine.
Hate the sin, but love the sinner. More redactions, need a distraction. Irons the latest spinner. All our leaders serving demons. We're in a spiritual war. I'm only following Jesus. With all these kids for dinner, how's Ellen keep on getting thinner? Pedal Woods not playing nice. They're drinking kids while shaming nice. Island boys, those dirty island boys, still no one single arrest. Island boys, am I making so much noise? Do they think we'll just forget?
Wow, that's actually, I might have to go check this out first and foremost. I've always wondered why you don't get a conglomerate of wealthy independent artists that apply their power and possessions to good. Um, the main, you won't get any arrests because as a society, you've let all those people build everything that you rely on. No, I'm not defending it. I am pretty sure I have been talking about this stuff the whole time on the channel. Hey, I was talking about the dark side, the evil Satanists and Luciferian ideology since the beginning of the channel. So, uh, it's not like I'm just showing up to the party. At the same time, I got to double down. As long as you put these people in positions of power, and then, I like the Jesus line, but all the people in positions of power are globalists, and they're decided what faith is going to roll the world, and it's not going to work out. Well, how's it working out for African Christians? Is it going good for them? Have all the other Christians done anything to help? Not the few, because there's obviously people calling shit out. So, but I mean, as a rule, how many churches have burned in the last few years, but how many mosques are burned to the ground? I mean, the world is going to push itself into Crusades 2.0. I am a firm believer of that. I honestly would direct you to that Basic Logic channel. He breaks down some of the coming realities in a very, very precise manner. Fun, happy animation to cover up the atrocities being talked about. But there is cultural shifts coming. And it turns out, no, I'm not going to suck her dick. Oh, God. He's not really going to get pregnant. That's kind of wore out its social clout. Um, the oh my God, there's lynchings in every town. That's not really working out the way the mainstream left wants it to. Um, there is definitely things brewing on the horizon. If you set your sights just on one group, first off, then you probably don't want to address the fact that on yachts in open waters the same things are happening right now. That one island didn't stop anything. And then you have to ask yourself, well, what could I do about it? Let's go back to the beginning of the song.
Hate the sin.
Along with hating it, you could preach against its existence. You could start partaking in rhetoric that it says, hey, it turns out there is moral truth. There is no good orc. Junkie McGee, who wants to be smoking fentanyl all day, he isn't a lost. Okay, he could be a lost cause, but society can't place him on a pedestal and do everything to throw money at him, and so he can just keep getting high. So you're gonna have to preach against the sin. You're gonna have to start punishing the sinners. Unfortunately, there's one of our biggest problems in society. Is if you want to take a mainstream approach, well, it looks like there's one group that is supposed to be elevated to the position of pure evil. Oh my God, they conquered the world, those dirty colonists. And then ignore active recolonization of, like Dearborn. You're just supposed to ignore that. Now, I don't side with well, I actually do side with them, and I think I even understand their crazy rhetoric. Uh, I'm not I'm not a follower of like Jake Lang and that side, but I do know this. If I was gonna use, let's say, if I had to say the N word in context to a sentence, those dirty racists like calling black people. I haven't said nothing wrong at that point. I certainly wouldn't deserve to get hurt, punished, or I shouldn't have to face any consequences for that, because in context I just made a true statement. And I think the one guy pushing back against Jake Lang, I think like his thing is he's trying to prove that a word is not enough. That it turns out your hurt feelings don't fucking matter. Get a tissue. That's why I chain smoke in all reactions, because I just fucking hate pink lung motherfuckers that think they're going to control the world, but they don't stop power from getting corrupted. They keep voting pieces of shit. They keep supporting systems that are garbage. They just don't want to see people smoke around them. But they don't stop no elitists. There's cigar culture or any of that shit. They don't, because it's a two-tiered system. And that the little people, the workers who pay for everything, no, that's not true. The big boys, they pay their fair share. It turns out, the more you make, the more the government takes. I just think it's people who want more. I think they want free iPhones, but then they want to fucking feel good about themselves. Well, I got the lowest end prepaid shit you could get, and I feel pretty fucking good about myself. I'm pretty sure I understand that I hold accountability to everyone who speaks to me every day. And the first chance they want to just love the sinner, I rebuke that. Then I turn the other cheek and rebuke it again. Then I go to preach that the sin is a problem and truly exists. It's just your moral relativism and your inability to see any sort of right and wrong. Not you personally, but that whole group of people, the feelings based motherfuckers who are worried about words, but then don't think, oh my God, the lady who killed her kids. How many women are showing their true colors? Oh my God, my feelings. I'm one step away from murdering my children. Bullshit. You're a psychopath and you don't realize there's bad orcs. That just are all evil. That evil exists and you are now embracing evil so you could get more attention. I thought the whole hysteria post following disclosure of women's insanity. I don't mean all women. There's a ton of good ladies pushing back against those psychos. And those basic can't understand normal thought ladies. And eventually the sin will get preached about and the sinners will have to be dealt with. Just stop setting your sights so high because you think you got something there. You can't even. She makes a good point. They'll kill you if you get too close. How about that? So maybe we have to start somewhere else. But, oof, this is incredible, powerful.
Even though they're eating kids for dinner.
And then on that one, you know, I'm a firm believer there's something wrong there going on. I've seen the I don't remember where she was from, but the model come out of the dinner party talking about eating people in there. But then because I enjoyed that Army Hammer movie, I had AI dig up all the facts and sometimes crazy talk is misinterpreted as admissions of guilt, and it's not. It's just crazy talk. I spent a half hour ripping on some crazy ideas in the Jairus Johnson. Yeah, Wish and Bangity Bang. I made all kinds of, you know, comments, but some of them were just an act to get a rise out of people, right? That I don't really disrespect women. And I mean, hey, you want to shake it till you make it? Cool. I'm not against all that. But I also like to condemn it because there's a condemnable idea within whore culture. It could be both things at once. We could be completely fed up with the Island Boys, but we better be smart enough to realize that they're the untouchables. We better start smaller. And if we can't clean up our own neighborhoods, you're never going to clean up the halls of power. Ever. Ever. Because what you do is you let the psychopathy within your own communities fester. And where does it go? It festers to the top. Just facts there.
Shut your mouth and don't ask why. 'Cause if you do, you'll die by suicide. Island boys, those dirty island boys, still not one single arrest. Island boys, billionaires playing with goys. Do they think we'll just forget?
Now, at the same time, what I haven't forgot about is that my entire life, the history and narrative of conflict has existed somewhere on the planet. It is not special now. And every time people want to go, oh my God, it's just a distraction from this other thing. So what, you're taking the entire history of warfare, conquest, and despair and pretending it didn't exist because this time it's just covering up a narrative you'd like exposed. I'm just saying, am I that far off base there? I would say most current conflicts go back farther than the people who became activists to oppose them. And are all probably more complicated than the simple-minded I want some free shit in a utopian society to bloom. Uh, I just don't think that's realistic. I think everything's a lot more complicated. At no point am I saying we don't need answers on shit like this. I'm saying it's more complicated for the sake of a song. I mean, it hits on all cylinders. This guy, this has got all the right parts in it to piss people off. And I don't care about the shot at the orange one. That don't bother me. I don't place him on a pedestal. I'm not part of a cult. Um, I do fear the other side gets in power, it will look a lot worse. Your enemies will be embraced as the new saviors, and you will get re educated. And there are people talking about that shit already. I guess I would rather go with pay for play prisons to lock up people who commit crime. Hopefully, yep. Some innocent people fall through the cracks. I did time. I did years. Yep. There's some innocent people in there too. But I certainly would rather have crime and punishment, not thought crime and punishment. Because then I come full circle back to that douchebag set whose feelings are so important that words hurt them. Whoever punched a young lady in the face, that was the hurt. It wasn't the word that led up to it or whatever. It's the actual act. Words only have the power you put on them. Otherwise, they're just conveying ideas. Now, the idea full of hate and threats, that's another subject, isn't it?
Think we'll just forget.
But there is no one single word, even kill. Without context, it's benign. It doesn't matter. So I don't live in a world where there's one special magic word that you deserve to be put down for saying. I don't believe that at all. And trust me, because I did time and I did years, I did almost 5 years, I've heard all the language that would just make a leftist head explode. I just find their position ridiculous. Yeah, I get pissed off about the whole words are so powerful, you got to be put down for using them. That's a disgusting position to take. Now, this audio, that's a disgusting position to take too.
I think it's really time for the country to get into something else. Now that nothing came out about me, you mentioned two names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine.
Hate the sin, but love the sinner. More redactions, need a distraction. Irons the latest spinner are all our leaders.
So, unfortunately, I think Iran needs to be liberated. It looks like an oppressive regime keeps a people from what they really want to do. But that's the part that I see, I guess. That's the part I want to see. I would like to see all those people who are literally on the side of getting rid of. Here's the thing, I don't care. Fuck the island boys, they suck. Handing the whole world up to Islamic enslavement is bullshit, and I think that's a much more pressing issue. Because see, if and I think you got that down there, down under. I think you got it all over the Western world. Well, you let that win, and all you women can just shut the fuck up. Then there it is. You won't get no island boys. You won't get nothing. You'll get married off when you're 8. You get stoned. You get covered up. You get treated like second-class citizens. I want to know why feminists at all agree with the Islamization of the Western world. I'm curious what they have to say. Or is it that suicidal empathy and their willingness to die for what they believe in is really what's going on? Because it'll be the Western world that saves shit or lets it fall apart. It won't be the third world doing nothing, but doing what it does. It will consume, abuse, die off, breed more.
Hands are laid to spin around all our leaders, serving demons. We're in a spiritual war. I'm only following.
And then you have a big division in your people out there because as soon as you mention that alien tech could be tied to demonic entities, you get mocked and ridiculed. Even though the same people fucking think fiber optics is backwards engineered from alien technology, and that actually ignores all the patents and years of glass blowing, wire pulling, wire creation, metallurgy, all the things we actually have documented ourselves doing. You get a UFO tech dick out there pretending that no, we must have stole that from aliens. We're not smart enough. Fuck, motherfucker. Why don't you look at the history of technology? From the moment we drew on a cave wall to the modern wonders we build today, there's a direct line. That was a mud flood. It was a prior civilization. Nah, bullshit. It's a spiritual war, and half of the UFO tech dicks are atheist scumbags and have no, well, they have no opinion on morals. That's how we got this far. The problem is without Jesus, you don't believe morality is real. It's, if it feels good, it's probably good. Lots of shit that feels good is bad.
I'm only following Jesus. With all these kids for dinner, how's Ellen keep on getting thinner? Pedal Woods not playing nice. They're drinking kids while shaming ice. Island boys, those dirty island boys.
Yeah, and then they're just gonna, ICE will just, they'll switch and there'll be a new force that goes after thought crime. Oh, I see you looking at that group. Hey, that group riding over there, you're looking at them with contempt. Off to the re-education camp to you. I do believe that because they've come out and said it. They said they want that. You look at school systems. What is it? It's an indoctrination process because somehow chicks have dicks, dudes can get pregnant, and a guy cross-playing as a girl should really get to beat the shit out of another girl in a natural woman in a boxing ring. Sorry, I can't keep serious with that. That all has wore real thin, hasn't it?
Still no one single rest. Island boys, am I making so much noise?
Not at all.
Do they think we'll just forget?
Crazy. I'll leave that up. Join the citizens. IMA.com. Now I feel like going over there. I don't know what the first thing I'd find is, and I still got reactions to do. So, I think I said it once. I'll say it one more time. Where is the coalition of independent artists and wealthy individuals getting together to actually preach against power and corruption and do something with their empires? Until and I don't know how well her career. I don't know where she's at, but what I do know is there is no group advocating for society, for actual things of value. It's such a um, fractured playing field out there. And then anybody who seems to side with maybe a hope for mankind, uh, for for actual coexist, that stupid coexist bumper sticker for anybody advocating for plans that might let that come true. Oh, they're far right agitators. But replacing entire groups and deciding that, a new form of religious indoctrination and control is highly acceptable. Oh God, it just frustrates the shit out of me. Well, that got the juices flowing. Hmm.